Hello students, today we are going to see this topic passing parameters in functions. Okay, so before going into that topic, we'll see a quick recap about the previous class. So previous class we have seen how to create a function, how to call a function, keyword diff. Okay, so you can see that this is a keyword diff is used to, this is the syntax for creating a user defined function. Diff is the keyword and function name and parameters. Okay, so this is an example of a function. So diff is the keyword, hello is the function name, and parentheses are used, and this colon for denoting that the function definition is complete. Okay, so inside that you can see that uh, indentation is used to create a block. Okay, indentation means there is the space between the margin and the starting of the instruction. Okay, so here you can see that print hello python is somewhat inside the margin. Okay, so this statement, print statement, and the next statement, return statement, is a block. Okay, so when the function hello is called, these two uh, these two instruction will be executed. Okay, so this is a way of defining a function, how to call a function just by using the name of the function. Okay, so today we are going to see this passing parameters in function. So you can see that we have to give some input to the function. Okay, so providing input to the function is known as passing parameters to the function. Okay, so there are two types of function here, values here, so parameters and arguments. Okay, so we'll see the difference between these two things in a short. Okay, so here you can see that parameters and arguments can be passed to the function. Okay, so parameters and arguments are both are the same thing, but there has been a small difference. Okay, so here you can see that they have given an syntax diff function name. Inside the parenthesis you can see the parameters separated by commas. So if you are having more than one input, then you can use this separator comma. Okay, so the parameters that are placed in the parentheses will be used by the function itself. You can pass all sorts of data to the function. Here is an example program that defines a function that helps to pass parameters into the function. So here is the example. You can see that uh, the first statement is the comment section. So assume w is equal to 3 and h is equal to 5. Okay, w is width and h is height. Okay, so in the next statement you can see that diff diff is the keyword and area is the function name, and inside the parenthesis w comma h is used. Okay, w is a variable and h is another variable. So these are all the input that we are going to give to this area. Okay, function area. Next is colon denotes that this definition is complete, and return. So in the next statement you can see that they have created a block using indentation. So this statement will return the multiplication of w h. Okay, w into h. So in the next statement they are calling the function. Okay, so print area 3 comma 5. So 3 comma 5 is 3 comma 5 is the value that is given to w and h. So this value will get into the function. Then you can see that the above code will be executed. The above code assigns the value of width and height to the parameter w and h. Okay, these parameters are used in the creation of the function area. When you call the above function, it returns the product of width and height as output. The value 3 and 5 is passed to w and h respectively. Okay, so based on the order, for the first value is 3, which is respect to w, and the next is 5 with respect to h. So the output is 15 is printed. Okay, so we often use the term parameters and arguments interchangeably. Okay, so you can use parameter for argument or argument for parameter, both are the same meaning. Okay, but there is a small difference. However, there is a slight difference between them. Parameters are the variable used in the function function definition, whereas arguments is the value that we pass to the function parameters. Okay, so here in the above example we can see that w comma h is the uh, parameter. Okay, since it is a variable, it doesn't have any value in it. Okay, so but here when calling the function, so area 3 comma 5, so this 3 comma 5 is the argument. Okay, so argument means the value. So 3 comma 5 is the value that is given to the uh, parameter w comma h. Okay, so next is we are going to see the function arguments. Okay, so we have seen what is parameter and what is arguments. So there are arguments used in the function to exchange the value. Okay, so here you can see that there are four types of functions required, four types of arguments in the function. So that is required arguments, keyword arguments, default arguments, and variable length arguments. Okay, so we are going to see all these things. Yes, so function arguments are four types: required arguments, keyword arguments, default arguments, and variable length arguments. So first of all, we are going to see this required arguments. Required arguments are the arguments passed to the function in correct positional order. Okay, so we are going to assign values in a positional way, in a correct order. Okay, so when you change the value, then the order will also get changed. Okay, so here the number of arguments in the function call should match exactly with the function definition. You need at least one parameter to prevent syntax error to get the required output. Okay, so you can see that they have created the exact order. At least one argument or one parameters are required to have this to prevent this syntax error. So diff, here they have given an example diff print string is the function name, and inside that str is the parameter. So inside the function print example of required arguments, so this will be printed, and in the next print statement str, the input that is given to the function will be printed. And you can see that now return statement is used, so this denotes the end of the function. Okay, so next is now they are calling the function, so print str. So here you can see that inside the parenthesis there is no parameter given, so it creates a error function. Okay, statement error statement. When the above code is executed, it produces the following error. So here you can see that the error is while creating the function, you can see that we have given a, a compulsory parameter inside the function, so str. But while calling the function, we doesn't give anything. Okay, so empty calling statement is used. So the compiler will get confused, and it is providing you the required argument. Okay, so that's what the error statement provides here. So instead of this last statement, when you exchange it with print string welcome, then the output will be like this. Okay, example for required argument, and the output is welcome. Okay, so uh, this is a way of using this required arguments. Next is keyword argument. So here in this keyword argument, you can see that the exact name of the parameters can be used. Okay, so the keyword argument will invoke the function after the parameters are uh, recognized by the parenthesis name. The name of the keyword argument is matched with the parameter's name, and so on. One can also put the argument in improper order, not in order. Okay, so while using this keyword argument, you can change the order also. Okay, so here they are given an example program. So diff print data name. Okay, so print data is the function name, and name is the parameter. You can see that there are two output statements. Example 1, keyword argument will be printed, and the next line you can see that name will be printed. And you can see that while calling the function print data, name is equal to, you can see that they have used the name. Okay, name of the parameter. So name is equal to Gshan. So name equal to Gshan. So when you are using this keyword arguments, you can change the order. Okay, if you are having multiple parameters, you can change the order so that it will identify the name. Okay, so this is the output. Okay, so here they have given on another one example. You can see that name one, instead of using name, they have used name one in the in the last statement. So while providing a new uh, keyword, name keyword, then you can see that keyword argument is providing you a error. Okay, type error. You can see that printed data, printed data got an unexpected keyword argument. Okay, so this is an error. Okay, so these kind of errors can be rectified by checking the keyword arguments. Okay, here they have given on another one example. You can see that yes, you can see that age in the order they have given order in while defining the function name comma age. But while calling the function, you can see that they have used age is equal to 25 and the name is equal to Gshan. They have interchanged the position of the arguments. Okay, so even though when we change, you have given the exact name of the argument, so it will take the name. Okay, it will take the value to the respective name. Okay, so you will get the following output as this. Okay, so in the above program, parameters orders are changed. Even the parameter orders are changed, it will give the required output since you have used the exact name of the uh, parameters. Okay, so next is default argument. So while creating the function itself, you can see that the value will be defined. Okay, salary is equal to 3,500. Okay, So this 3500 is defined while providing the function creation, okay, while creating the function itself. So this is known as default arguments. So in Python, default arguments is an argument that takes a default value if no value is provided in the function call. So the following example uses default arguments that prints default salary if no arguments is passed. So while calling, you can see that print info is the function. While calling the print info, you can see that money is the name only provided, but salary of money is not provided. So if no value is provided, then the default value salary 35,000 sorry 3,500 will be taken as it is. Okay, so print name money will be printed and salary will be taken as 3,500, which is a default argument. So you can see that in the above example, when you use this print info RAM to 2000, then it will change the default value 3,500 into 2000, and you will get the above output RAM at salary is equal to uh, 2000. Okay, so if you provide the value, then it will take the value. If you doesn't provide the value, then it will take the default value, uh, which is given at the time of creation, okay, of the function. So next is variable length argument. So you can see that uh, you can, in some instance, you might need we need pass more arguments than you have already been specified. Going back to the function to redefine can be tedious process. Variable length arguments can be used instead. These are not specified in the function definition, and an asterisk symbol can be used. Okay, is used to define such arguments. Let us see an example. Let us see what happens when we pass more than three values in some function. Okay, so here you can see that while defining the function, diff keyword is used. Sum is the function name, and only three arguments is given. Okay, x comma y comma z. So inside the function, the sum of three numbers is x plus y plus z will be printed. But while calling the function, sum is equal to, they have given five values. Okay, 5, 10, 15, 20, and 25. Okay, since you have given five values, the error will be arising that only three values will be accepted, the other two will be eliminated. Okay, so this is a error. Okay, so if you are going to use this kind of variable length argument, then you can use this syntax as star arguments. Okay, so here you can see that there is an example. So the, asterisk is used before the argument, so that when you provide multiple values to that, it will take that into account. Okay, so here you can see that they have used multiple outputs, so but they have given only one arguments. Okay, in the calling function they have used 1 comma 2. It will, and they have used for loop for getting the value from the from the input and add them. Okay, add them, sorry, and they print it. Okay, so this is the output of the mm, first calling statement, and the second calling statement is 10, 20, 30. Okay, so just they are taking the input value and printing it again. Okay, so in the variable length argument, you can pass the argument using two methods: non-keyword uh, variable argument, or keyword variable argument. Okay, so we have seen keyword arguments, which means that you can use the exact name of it, or you can use non-keyword arguments such as tuples. Okay, we will be reading this in the next four coming chapters. Okay, so tuples is a collection of uh, data. Okay, in a single variable you can store multiple values. So we will be seeing that in the upcoming chapters. So next is anonymous arguments, anonymous function. So this anonymous function use this uh, function. This anonymous function does not have any name. Okay, so in Python, anonymous function is a function that is defined without a name. While normal functions are defined using diff keyword, the Python anonymous functions are defined using lambda keyword. Okay, lambda is the keyword that should be used to create an anonymous function. So what is the use of lambda function or anonymous function? So lambda function are mostly used to create small and one-time anonymous function. Lambda functions are mainly used in combinations with functions like filter, map, and reduce. Okay, so filter, map, and reduce functions are beyond the scope of this book. Okay, lambda functions can take any number of arguments and must return one value in the form of an expression. Lambda functions can only access global values and values variables in the parameters list. So here they have used a small example. Sum is equal to lambda argument 1 comma argument 2, and you can see that they have used two values, add two values and return it. Okay, so while calling the function, you can see that they are using sum as a variable name here. Okay, not as a function name. So sum uh, 30 comma 40, so these two things will be added and printed. Okay, so in the next statement you can see that sum minus 30 comma 40, so it is subtracted and printed as 20. So here you can see that uh, the above lambda function that adds argument 1 and argument 2 and store that in the variable sum. So while printing the result, you can see the value of variable in the output. Okay, so with this we'll finish the class. We'll see this return statement in the next class. Thank you, students.